Thank you, Darcy, and thank you for that wonderful welcome to country. So tonight we meet on Wongal country, part of the Eora Nation, land that always was, always will be. It was never ceded First Nation land. I would like to pay my respect to elders past, present, and those emerging. I'm delighted to share this space with Inner West Council Mayor Darcy Byrne, councillors, and of course friends here gathered at this 2022 Feel the Love Inner West Council Mardi Gras celebration. I very much like to thank the Mayor and councillors for this magnificent heritage plaque and CAMP's 50th anniversary mayoral minute. Both are very generous gifts to the LGBTQI+ community. Also, a very big thank you to Inner West Council's Amy Zah, who did a lot of work on the plaque, Josie Leeson, and Council's LGBTQI working group for their association with this heritage plaque. Also, a special thanks to Robin Plaister, Robin Kennedy, for their contribution towards the plaque. So the public announcement of the campaign against moral persecution, better known as CAMP, was in the Australian newspaper on 10 September 1970. So I want to acknowledge the founders of CAMP, Chris de Waal and John Ware. They became, so to speak, CAMP's parents, who later had offspring that went their own different ways. Half century ago, CAMP's founding, it was in a very, very oppressive era. When, for example, New South Wales Police Commissioner described homosexuality as Australia's greatest menace, another commissioner said that homosexuals were a cancer in the community. There was a specific homosexual prison where men who had shared their bodies willingly with each other were incarcerated at Cooma in New South Wales. So CAMP existed among many foes in a friendless era. Therefore, camping in Balmain, it was so bold and so daring. It's opposite the Balmain police station, near the Balmain Police Boys Club, next to the town hall. Near the local, but very hostile, it was down the road, the Return Services League. The only friends that CAMP had was at the fire brigade. They used to like our parties and hang over the fence, and sometimes came in. Others, including my beloved Peter Boone and I, became CAMP Foundation members in September 1970. Over time, this very small movement became national, grew and expanded to what we know today as the LGBTQI+ community. At 393 Darling Street, across the road, it's a large, gracious, two-story sandstone colonial house. It was built by pioneer colonial architect Edmund Blackett. Blackett's house became camp's headquarters and club rooms in early 1971. Every Saturday night there was a joyful, wonderful dance to pay the $100 weekly rent. Camp's Balmain space became an early 1970s oasis for multitudes. It became a homosexual haven in a hostile, loveless, hateful, oppressive, alienating society. It's across the road where the first camp, October 1971, Ash Street, Sydney, demonstration was planned. That became the first lesbian and homosexual demonstration in Australia. 40 or 50 of us came out en masse and were photographed publicly in that woeful, oppressive, half-century ago Australia. It's the first time women and lesbians supported a male-specific issue, namely homosexual law reform, while lesbian sexuality was not a crime. The first national regular journal, Camp Inc., started in November 1970. It was written, produced, and posted from across the road, yes, in plain wrappers, to protect the recipient's closeted lives. Bernice and Ken Buckley from the New South Wales Council of Civil Liberties were legal advisors, just in case there was a police raid at Camp's first dance here at the Balmain Town Hall in early 1971. Behind Camp's building there was a large backyard where Sunday afternoons, not-for-profit barbecues were held. For many, it became a low-key, temporary closet exit, an oasis, and feeling at home while meeting like-minded folk. Camp supported segments of the groundbreaking 1972 ABC TV checkerboard program being filmed in its backyard. In which lesbian couple Sue Wills and Gabby Antolovich and Peter and Bon and I appeared. The Camp Heritage Plaque and Minute are wonderful additions to the existing 7 Inner West Council's rainbow seats, dedicated to individual activists in Inner West Council's area. The plaque commemorates Australia's 1970 moment, like 1969 New York Stonewall Inn riot does, for it's across the road where our liberation struggle began. Thank you.
Count of three, we're going to say.
We're
going to say Peter and Bon on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Peter and Bon. Yeah. And just looking this way. Just looking here. At Shane.
Thank you.